Phaedra's been doing this bullshit for a very long time. Phaedra did this exact same thing to me, as we've already discussed before. Years ago on the show, when she first came on, she brought on my half biological sister on the show and filmed with her the same way she did with Kandi when she brought that Johnny guy on. She did the same thing to me, tried to take me down, and it didn't work because we ended up getting it before it even hit the air. So Phaedra's been doing stuff like this.
The screen flickers but refuses to fully ignite. Only a fragmented murmur drifts through the emptiness, like someone finally shattering under the crushing weight of their own past. She's been trapped in this for eternity. She tried to take me down too. And then nothing. A quiet so dense it feels alive, as if something long buried claws its way from the shadows, demanding attention. Tonight, the glossy facade around Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker's perfect life is set to splinter. And the force tearing it apart? Nene Leakes. The lone woman fearless enough to scream truths everyone else trembles to even whisper. Nene insists this was never love. It was strategy. A calculated exchange built on power, ambition, and secrets so meticulously concealed that not even Bravo's cameras could expose the darkness lurking behind them. She claims Kandi didn't marry Todd for romance. She picked him for leverage because Todd never entered that union as a partner. And Todd? Nene says he carved his own path, chasing influence, wealth, even slipping into Portia's orbit whenever Kandi's defenses faltered. But Nene didn't stop at the marriage. She cast blame toward Mama Joyce, Riley, and the hidden machinery of manipulation working behind doors fans were never meant to see. If Mia speaks truth, this divorce isn't separation. It's the collapse of an empire engineered in plain sight. So, hold on tight, because what's next is the reckoning.
Kandi and Mama Joyce in your blog about the Bailey Bowl, you said, Kandi, you have never seen me walk away from a fight, and you've never seen me physically fight.
Right on.
My son was at this event, and as much as I would like to be Mama Joyce and take my shoe off and hit somebody or drag someone down the street, I would never stoop so low to the gutter with my son around.
100% correct. My son was,
because you didn't have to address my mom in your blog.
Well, I did.
That's first off, you shouldn't have.
Well, I
because
did.
you don't want people to address your family. And I just feel like any time that you always say, I never address your family on anything. I never address your family or anything.
But you can't.
Well, I am saying what I want to say because I don't address your family. You wouldn't appreciate it. And that's one of the instances of what I be trying to tell you about. You do stuff that you don't like for people to do to you. Now, you can say whatever you want to me. I really don't care. But you shouldn't.
The screen rises from shadow with a slow, eerie glow. Silence hangs heavy, almost suffocating, like the instant truth crashes through every layer built to bury it. Tonight, we unveil a secret no one thought could ever escape the shadows. Nene Leakes, the fearless force of RHI reality, has detonated a revelation so incendiary, so long hidden, it has sent shockwaves tearing through the Bravo world. According to Nene, the glamorous facade everyone adored was nothing more than a calculated production. A stage play masquerading as romance, a partnership crafted not with feeling, but with strategy, hierarchy, and survival. Nene insists Kandi Burruss didn't pick Todd Tucker out of love. She picked him for control. Todd, she says, entered the marriage financially weak, socially eclipsed, and entirely reliant on Kandi's spotlight. To Nene, this was never about love. It was a tactical acquisition. Kandi saw a pliable partner, someone she could mold, direct, and dominate because he needed her far more than she ever needed him. And Todd? Nene claims he ran a hidden agenda of his own. The devotion he displayed on camera? Performance. Behind closed doors, his loyalty allegedly belonged not to Kandi, but to the lifestyle her fame provided. Loyalty bought, not felt. But Nene didn't stop at the marriage. She dug deeper. She alleged that during Bravo tapings, Kandi attempted to orchestrate far more than her own household. She sought to quietly control the entire cast, every storyline, every alliance, every beat that could elevate her over the others, even if it meant manipulating fellow women into roles that fueled her own ascent. Nene even claimed that Kandi subtly maneuvered Portia Williams into her behind-the-scenes schemes, not directly, but through precise nudges and quiet manipulation, shaping public perception while keeping her hands clean. According to Nene, Kandi and Todd's marriage wasn't love. It was illusion. A prenup to safeguard Kandi's empire, a marital framework ensuring her financial supremacy, and a husband who allegedly stayed because perks outweighed reality. Then came Nene's most explosive allegation, Todd and Portia. A secret affair, and possibly a child. Whether truth or fabrication, Nene delivered it with the certainty of someone who swore she'd watched the storm brew for years, while Kandi remained deliberately blind. From there, Nene turned her gaze toward Mama Joyce and Riley, and the picture darkened even further. Mama Joyce, she alleged, wasn't merely protective. She was toxic. According to Nene, she corroded the marriage from its very first day, branding Todd an opportunist long before fans ever whispered it. And Riley, molded by years of bitterness from both Kandi and her mother, allegedly never saw Todd as a father at all. In Nene's telling, this wasn't a family. It was an enterprise, a brand, a carefully curated operation with no true emotional foundation. Then came the bombshell that sent fans spiraling. The infamous threesome, which Kandi once joked about openly, wasn't just a quirky confession. Nene framed it as a window into the structure of their marriage. Kandi controlling the setting, the story, even the intimacy, while Todd complied, never achieving the role of an equal. Nene warned viewers that this union was doomed from day one. Two people can fake love, project solidarity, share children, and build a home, but they cannot manufacture a heart. Beneath the practiced smiles and glossy facades, Nene claims the disconnection was always there. Visible, widening, and impossible to conceal indefinitely.
Kandi's overrated and overpaid.
I do.
Tell me why.
I just don't think that, me and Kandi, just so for the record, so that everybody can know, I just always want to speak very freely and very honest. Kandi and I have severed any issues that we had, which I don't think that, I never ever understood why she has so much animosity towards me. And some of these other girls who are ripping her apart like she's back friends with Portia. Now, and I love Portia, but I would not be friends with Portia if I was Kandi. According to what Portia and Phaedra did to her, then she should probably never be friends with her again. But she's found a way to...
Kandi doesn't navigate emotions. She navigates strategy. To her, friendships aren't bonds of the heart, they're leverage. Even betrayals can be brushed aside if they enhance her story on screen. This revelation forces viewers to question everything they thought they knew about Kandi and Todd. Because if even her friendships were calculated moves, what does that say about the core of their marriage? Then Nene delivered her final blow, aimed squarely at Todd. She claimed Todd never truly loved Kandi. Not the kind that anchors a union. Not the kind that endures storms. Not the kind a partner deserves. His alleged affair with Portia, if true, only underscored how emotionally absent he allegedly was from the start. Yet, according to Nene, he stayed because Kandi's financial power made leaving impossible. In Nene's account, this was never a love story. It was an unspoken agreement between two people, each needing something very different, very calculated from the other. And when Nene's words hit the public, social media detonated. Timelines flooded with shock, rage, obsession, and endless speculation. Every viewer, every critic, every Bravo loyalist found themselves spinning over the reality that the marriage they'd admired for years was not love, but design. A blueprint. A staged illusion built not for each other, but for the audience. Nene tore the veil wide open. She exposed the cracks, the secret maneuvers, the buried power plays, the rumored betrayals, and the emotional void she claims to find Kandi and Todd's marriage from. Its very inception. And if this is only the opening strike, what follows will shake not just Bravo, but every corner of the world watching. Because Nene Leakes didn't merely expose a marriage, she exposed an empire. And even after Nene tore the mask from their union, the deeper you look, the clearer it becomes that this was never just a story about love, betrayal, or celebrity chaos. This was a story of power. A quiet, insidious power that dictated every breath inside that house. Power that doesn't roar. It whispers. It nudges. It closes the door inch by inch until no one inside remembers what freedom felt like. For years, the world saw Kandi Burruss as untouchable, poised, polished, invincible. But Nene claimed that beneath that radiant exterior lurked a woman terrified of losing control. Someone who believed that by controlling the story, she could control everything. And Todd Tucker, Nene said, became the perfect piece in that silent kingdom. A husband portrayed publicly as loving and supportive, yet privately reduced to a limb of Kandi's expanding brand. Nene painted a marriage where Todd understood the rules. He understood the invisible lines, how rigid they were, and how swiftly punishment followed if he crossed them. Not dramatic punishment, but quiet ones, withheld affection, emotional distance, financial reminders, power disguised as compromise. To outsiders, it seemed solid. Inside, it felt like a business deal renegotiated daily. And then came the Portia situation. Nene didn't call it a rumor. She called it a flashing warning no one dared acknowledge. She said Todd and Portia's bond didn't explode overnight. It simmered through whispered talks, fleeting sparks, a chemistry the cameras were never meant to see. According to Nene, those whispers didn't come from nowhere, and then, the possibility of a child. A bombshell capable of shaking an entire franchise. A secret Kandi's team would have buried before dawn. But Nene insisted it wasn't the alleged affair that truly fractured the marriage. It was the truth Kandi refused to confront. The truth that Todd may have never been fully hers, not in feeling, not in loyalty, not even in strategy. Opportunists attach themselves to opportunity, not people. Yet Nene's darkest revelation wasn't Todd's wandering heart. It wasn't even Portia. It was the atmosphere inside Kandi's home. Nene alleged Mama Joyce didn't just resent Todd, she cultivated that resentment, feeding Kandi's fears until the marriage became a controlled ecosystem. Every decision, every financial choice, every personal move was quietly measured against Mama Joyce's judgment. And Kandi, striving to maintain her flawless public persona, allegedly bent beneath that pressure more than anyone imagined. Nene claimed Riley was raised breathing that same environment, that her distance from Todd wasn't teenage rebellion. It was conditioning. Todd wasn't a father. He was tolerated, useful, stable, present, but never truly accepted. A man who could contribute but never truly belong. And according to Nene, no fame, money, or branding could mend a fracture carved by years of emotional distance. Then Nene dropped the detail that sent viewers reeling: the alleged threesome. She didn't frame it as scandal. She presented it as evidence. Evidence that intimacy in the home wasn't born from connection, but from control. Evidence that boundaries bent whenever it served Kandi's narrative. Evidence that Todd participated not from desire, but obligation, because resisting risked collapsing the entire foundation beneath him. Nene described a marriage where nothing happened naturally. Nothing flowed. Nothing was mutual. It was curated, staged, rehearsed until it appeared perfect to the world. She claimed Todd began drifting emotionally long before anyone noticed. He survived through silence, compliance, moving like a man who knew his place depended on remaining small. And when he veered outward, toward someone like Portia, it wasn't shocking. According to Nene, Todd already knew the truth. He didn't live in a marriage. He existed inside Kandi's ecosystem. But Nene didn't cast Todd as innocent. She made it clear he wasn't a victim. He was an architect of his own gain. She said he stayed because he recognized the value of being close to Kandi's empire. He gave just enough to remain essential and took everything the lifestyle provided in return. He wasn't controlled. He adapted. He wasn't naive. He calculated. And when the opportunity with Portia appeared, he didn't stumble into it. He walked straight in, like someone who had quietly been planning his escape all along. And then Nene said something that froze the internet. She claimed Kandi wasn't devastated by Todd's betrayal. She was devastated by the exposure. Not because she lost him, but because she lost control. She lost the story. She lost the image she had meticulously crafted over years. Nene insisted Kandi fought harder for her reputation than she ever fought for her marriage. And Todd knew it. He knew she would try to spin the narrative before confronting the truth. Nene claimed the reason Kandi appeared blindsided wasn't ignorance, it was timing. The world learned before she could contain it. A marriage curated like a brand was unraveling live, and she wasn't prepared. But Nene's most chilling revelation wasn't what she exposed. It was what she warned. She said the public has seen only fragments. That Bravo's storyline was as calculated as the marriage itself. That Kandi has always mastered revealing just enough pain to earn sympathy while never losing control. Yield fractures she had quietly patched. It revealed a husband who never fully belonged in her world. It revealed a family built not on love, but on hierarchy and influence. It revealed a woman who forged an empire through control and watched it crumble the moment control slipped. By the time Nene finished, fans weren't shocked because the claims were wild. They were shocked because the claims made sense. Because they echoed tensions viewers had noticed for years. Because they matched moments that always felt a little too perfect, a little too staged. Because the truth, as Nene presented it, didn't feel impossible. It felt familiar. But the fallout from their exposed marriage wasn't the last chapter. In many ways, it was only the spark. The instant the illusion cracked, the world glimpsed what had been lurking beneath their polished exterior. Because once Nene's revelations aired, once fans began piecing together everything they had ignored for years, the entire facade Kandi and Todd had built started collapsing in real time. Behind the cameras, the tension between them could no longer be masked by practiced smiles or hidden behind clever storylines. People close to the couple whispered that the house felt less like a home and more like a negotiation table, where two weary opponents clung to whatever scraps remained. Every hallway, every quiet glance, every small interaction carried the weight of years of suppressed resentment. Todd, once gentle and compliant, seemed to change. He wasn't preserving the illusion anymore. He wasn't pretending to repair a structure that had been fractured long before Nene ever spoke. He moved like a man confronting a truth he had avoided for years. He had been performing a role written for him, living inside a story that wasn't his, a narrative he had outgrown, one he no longer had the strength to fake. And Kandi? She didn't crumble as expected. She hardened. Those closest to her described someone preparing for war, not mourning a marriage. She wasn't defending her heart. She was defending her empire. Every post, every statement, every pause was a calculated move, not to save the marriage, but to preserve her legacy. That was the cruel irony Nene highlighted. She said Kandi never fought for Todd. She only fought for power. And in the end, that was the only thing she was still trying to protect. Even Bravo insiders sensed the shift. Producers who once praised Kandi for her calm, composed, all-business exterior reportedly found her tense, guarded, and unwilling to let anyone near the cracks she was desperately trying to hide. For the first time, she appeared vulnerable on the platform she once commanded. For the first time, her storyline was slipping beyond her control. Then, whispers about Todd and Portia surged back into the conversation. Nene's previously dismissed claims suddenly looked different under the unforgiving lens of hindsight. Fans dug up old clips, subtle glances, quiet jokes, lingering moments that once seemed harmless, but now bristled with implication. The question changed. People weren't asking if it happened, they were asking how long it had been happening and how much Kandi had chosen to ignore. But the speculation didn't end with Todd. Nene's revelations forced viewers to scrutinize Kandi as well. People began rewatching seasons with fresh eyes, noticing patterns they had overlooked, her tension with castmates, subtle manipulations, her recurring victim portrayal, even in conflicts where she wielded far more influence than she admitted. Suddenly, Riley's detachment made sense. Mama Joyce's hostility felt less like protective caution and more like the armor of someone who knew just how fragile the foundation truly was. Fans began seeing the marriage not as love, but as a careful arrangement, where every participant had a role, and Todd's had always been the smallest. As the narrative exploded online, the biggest shock wasn't the alleged affair or the power struggle. It was the realization that Kandi and Todd's marriage may never have been built on emotional connection at all. That both entered knowing what they could gain, yet unaware of what it would eventually cost, a cost that only escalated over time. People within Kandi's circle reportedly began stepping back, unwilling to be pulled into the emotional wreckage. Todd, meanwhile, appeared more isolated than ever, trapped between accusations and exhaustion. He wasn't defending himself publicly. Some said he was drained. Some said he was guilty. And some said he was finally freed from a role he had been performing for a decade. But the darkest twist hadn't yet emerged. Nene hinted she hadn't revealed everything. That exposing the full truth would incinerate whatever remained of their meticulously polished image. She suggested the emotional divide started years before it became visible. That Todd had checked out long before fans noticed. And Kandi compensated in the only way she knew, tightening her control, mistaking authority for closeness. And when control replaces connection, collapse is inevitable. People close to the couple described an eerie quiet, the kind that arises when two people have nothing left to fight over. Not because issues were resolved, but because neither cared enough to argue. They shared a roof, but their lives ran in parallel, never crossing. Two people waiting for the truth to finally roar louder than the performance. Friends said anniversaries became obligations, not celebrations. Dinners became business meetings. Public appearances felt staged, like a production running out of budget. The marriage wasn't thriving. It survived on shared children, shared assets, and a shared fear of public humiliation. So, when the divorce filing hit, the world wasn't shocked. They were stunned, but not surprised. Because once Nene tore away the illusion, the marriage could no longer hide behind its carefully constructed story. The silence between them grew louder than the applause. The cracks became more visible than the smiles. People finally grasped the truth Nene had been signaling all along. Some marriages don't break. They erode quietly, slowly, in the moments no one notices. In compromises that seem harmless until they bury both people alive. Todd allegedly checked out emotionally years before he physically left. Kandi allegedly clung long after she knew it was over, not out of love, but out of fear. Fear of losing what Todd symbolized. Fear of losing her image. Fear of a world she no longer controlled. And somewhere in that silent war, both became trapped in a story neither recognized anymore. By the time the world caught up, by the time fans pieced together Nene's clues, the collapse was complete. The divorce wasn't the start of the end. It was the final act of a tragedy that had been playing out in secret for years. And now the question haunting everyone isn't why they separated. It's how a marriage built on strategy lasted as long as it did. Because in the end, Nene didn't reveal a single moment. She revealed a pattern, a truth long waiting to be spoken. And now that it's out, nothing in their world will ever be the same. The lights fade again, and the weight of everything exposed tonight lingers like a shadow refusing to let go. Because what Nene Leakes unleashed wasn't mere gossip. It wasn't just another Bravo meltdown. It wasn't simply a celebrity marriage falling apart under scrutiny. It was a blueprint, a map of a relationship engineered through strategy, control, and hidden fractures that finally gave way under their own weight. And now, as this chapter closes, one truth becomes undeniable. Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker weren't living a love story. They were surviving a war. A war where every smile was scripted, every touch choreographed, every public appearance polished to perfection, while the world behind it crumbled inch by inch. A war driven by influence, warped by family power, tangled in silent deals and hidden loyalties. All overshadowed by the secrets Nene dared, some might say dared too far, to drag into the light. Tonight, you witness the final collapse of something that had been dying quietly for years. A truth that didn't erupt, but eroded slowly, relentlessly, through withheld confessions, forced compromises, and silences louder than any argument could ever be. But the real question isn't whether Nene told the truth. The real question is this: if she was right about this, what else has been festering in the shadows? And that's where you come in. If you want the full picture, the moments Bravo buried, the secrets whispered behind closed doors, the shifting alliances that reshaped friendships and detonated marriages, then stay. Because this divorce wasn't the finale, it was the opening act. Subscribe, hit the bell, stay tuned, because more truths are ready to surface. More lies waiting to be dismantled. More masks quivering, ready to fall. This was Nene's revelation.